to cut out the weeds, to remove the weeds and prepare a highway for Elohim, Isaiah chapter 40. The job of a Sholiach, the life of a Sholiach, is to make crooked places straight, to exalt the valleys, to bring low the mountains. Hard work, because you're always dealing with religious people. And then you're appointing people, and they want to know why. Who gave you the right? Yeshua. It's the highest office. I have the right to appoint. What Rasha will do when he traveled the world? He appointed what? Not just elders and pastors, but he appointed what? Elders in every city. Elders, leaders, pastors, teachers. And so people say, well, who gave you the authority, see, to come into my religious world and turn it upside down? Again, this message is the life of a Sholiach. So it's a lot easier to play Alice in Wonderland, is it not? It's a lot easier to put our head in the sand and believe, oh, John was the last Sholiach. There were only 12, Vladimir, only 12. So how can he be one? How can she be one? There are only 12. And how many religious people believe that?
Oh, many.
Many.
And the ones who don't believe it, who believe that there are shlichim, want the shlichim that they can mold and that they can cultivate into their image. Tickle my ear, and I'll pay your expenses. Tickle my ear, and I'll fill your car up with gas so you can go. No, a shaliach comes in and sets things in order. If it's a true shaliach, and if you've granted that shaliach true apostolic authority, he has the authority to come in and make the body function, unity, perfection, maturity. Well, the shaliach is not looking for his own things. The shaliach is looking for unity, maturity, and perfection. Hello?
Amen.
Amen.
And unity, maturity, and perfection has nothing to do with the diverse, sacrificial, and ceremonial laws of the Tanakh. You want to believe that 80% of those laws are for today? Enjoy yourself. You want to believe 50% of those laws are for today? Enjoy yourself. As for me and my house, I'm going to strive to know him and to know his voice.
Amen.
Yeshua took all the Torah and he summarized it in 2 commandments. Matityahu chapter 22. Love Yahuwah your Elohim with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. On these 2 hang all your other all the blood stuff you're into, all the fruits and vegetables you're into, all the dietary things you're into, all the kippahs and the tzitzit, all the stuff that you're doing. You can do anything you want. You can eat whatever you want as long as it's kosher. You could dress in any way as long as it's kosher. But love Yahuwah, your Elohim, and love your... And these 2, everything hangs.
You gotta do those first.
You can't do those 2, you're not hanging with me. It doesn't matter how many turtle doves you slaughter in your backyard. It don't matter how many lambs you celebrate, you kill when you get home from services on Shabbat. Some of you actually have a desire to go home and after Shabbat offer up a lamb.
Issues.
There are people like that. And Yeshua is saying, hear Israel and love your neighbor, because the whole Torah is to train you how to do that. If you can't do that, you're not Torah observant. If you become meaner and more mean-spirited and more condemning since you've gotten into Torah, you need a shaliach.
Yes.
I mean, to be honest with you, you need a couple of shaliachs. You need one for the sunrise, for the day starts at sunrise group, and another for the day starts at evening group. We're going to sit here arguing and dividing on what the day starts at sunrise. Listen, you know what conclusion I've come to?
What's that?
My day is 24/7. Every day with Yeshua is a day of sun. It's a sunny day. At night it's sunny. During the day it's sunny. In the afternoon it's sunny, because Yeshua is the light of the world. Amen? Amen. And those who walk in Yeshua will not walk in darkness, but will have the light. So when it's dark, my darkness is sunny.
Day eternal.
So you sit there and argue, and you can sit there and fight when the day begins. That's a fight that as someone sent by Yahuwah, I'm not going to engage in. I want to see you provide for your family. I want to see you provide for your husband. I want to see you take care of things at home. I want to see you lay down your life for your wife. Then I'll let you sit down and lecture me about when the day starts and why I should be wearing tzitzit all the time. But until you learn how to provide for your family and your wife and be a kohen of your house, you're not lecturing me.
Boom, boom, boom. Well, that will about do that.
Is this clear enough for you?
Very
Amen.
crystal.
Crystal clear.
Ouch.
Because if you're a husband, we're called to lay our life down for our wife.
That's correct. That means our
Even as
boys-
Yeshua laid down his life for the Kehillah.
Amen.
It just gets better.
And if you can't lay his life down, you can't lay your life down for your wife
We should have
because you've got these religious hang-ups
Uh-oh.
that don't allow you to bring home income and that don't allow you to provide. That's a sad thing. There are many ways to deny Torah. There are many ways to deny Torah and talk Torah with your mouth. What does it say? With their speech, they accept the Torah, but in deeds and mitzvot, they deny
They're
it.
far
Far from
from
it.
with their mouth, yes.
Talks about that in Titus. They know the Torah, but they deny the power of Yahuwah. From such turn away. If we're walking in the power of Yahuwah and we're walking in the power of the Visara, we will do first things first, and all the other things will follow. First things first. What are the first things? Love Yahuwah with all your heart. That's going to take you the rest of your life, Randy. You can sit and deny it. You can sit and hide. Don't matter. You don't have to worry about tzitzit and when Shabbat begins at sunrise or sunset. Because you're still working on number one. Loving Yahuwah with all your heart,
Yes.
all your soul, and all your sight. You're in kindergarten. You're in kindergarten when it comes to loving Him with all your heart. Because you're not giving up things that He's asked you to give up. And you're not obeying Him in the things that He's telling you to obey Him. So you don't have to worry about when the sacrifices are and what time the day starts. Because you're going to spend the rest of your adult life learning how to do number one, love Yahuwah with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and your strength. That's my struggle. My struggle is not wearing talits. I can afford nicer ones than a lot of people. My struggle is in obeying what I do know and listening to and being a Shema Yisrael person. And not figuring out what time the day begins. And not sitting around and arguing is Rosh Chodesh conjunction or first crescent. In the meantime, no one in your family gets along with you. You're having problems at home, problems at work, problems here, everywhere. Everywhere there are problems.
Exactly.
Now, if you get along with everybody and you love everybody the way you love Yeshua, and there's one person that rubs you the wrong way, fine, you can deal with that one person. But if everybody rubs you the wrong way and everybody causes you a heartache and agita, guess what? You're the problem, not everybody.
Check yourself before you wreck
Amen.
yourself. Amen.
This is the life of the Sholiach.
That's wrong.
It is teaching us the principle of Kal Vachomer. What is the principle of Kal Vachomer? You've got two things in the Torah. One says go left, seems to say go left. The other thing seems to say go right. So what is Kal Vachomer? We need a Sholiach to come in and to teach us what it means Kal Vachomer. Meaning the weightier versus the lighter. Kal is what?
Right.
Easier.
Oh,
Easier.
Chomer, the more difficult thing. Okay? So Yeshua's not saying no sacrifices. Yeshua's not saying it's not important to know when Rosh Chodesh is. But the Ruach of Yahuwah says to know what is Kal and what is Chomer. And when there are different issues, we have to go back to Matthew 22. Go with me to Matthew 22. I didn't realize that this would be the way this message would go. But I'm not apologizing.
it's told.
I'm not apologizing.
It's very told.
Some of you, well, Rabbi, it's too much of this plural and two houses. And we just need some basic. All right, here is some basic stuff.
Give it to him.
And you still can't receive it. Because you're thinking about why everybody's not wearing pink tzitzit and polka dot head coverings.
Amen.
A polka dot hit.
So don't go around telling everybody you want basic stuff.
This is weird.
This is basic stuff today.